or rotate so you get warmed up, those should be automatic when you come out. That's the first thing the players do either off the court or on the court before you do any kind of ball hitting. The next one they would do would be 5 forehands, 5 backhands, 5 overheads, or 10, or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. It's just a number that you do to get them warmed up. On a cold day, it may be 10. On a bad day, maybe 5 on a hot day. Then they're ready to actually start hitting and moving because you've got their mind focused on the game. The juggle drill we did last time is important because when they come to your class, either adults or kids, whatever they've been doing, school for 8 hours a day, this helps them get their mind focused. Okay, team, you ready to start to play some unusual formations? All right. So let's have, let's see, Chase, would you serve for me first from the, okay? Regular doubles for you guys. Okay, here's what you guys are going to do. You're going to start off, you're both going to be in the deuce court. Okay, if the ball goes to your wide, you play it. If the ball comes up the center, you play it, okay? So for the first point of the match, what we do is they both line up in the deuce court, okay? So if Chase serves up the middle, Cameron plays it. If he serves out wide, Anthony plays it. So you're side by side, like that. Ready? A little bit further out like this. Ready? Here we go. Play it out. There is no rules about who returns in the deuce court until the first ball is struck. So now they just play regular doubles. What do they want to do? Okay, keep moving, Anthony. Go, come on, keep moving, Anthony. Go. Tennis is a very moving experience. If you're not moving, you're not experiencing tennis. You're playing golf. Okay, so we want them to be moving their feet. Awesome, good point. So first point of the match, first point of the set, you can have both players line up in the deuce court. Whoever strikes the ball becomes the deuce court player for that set. Because there are no rules. First point of the tiebreaker, line it up. How are you going to go? So that's one of the unusual doubles formations to start the match. So right away, you've already upset your opponent right away. I'll use a kind word for it like that to play. Good job. Okay, now, another unusual formation. What we find is, again, let's have Anthony, would you serve for me on this side? And Cam, you're going to be starting at the net. But what we've discovered is when Cameron's at the net, that Chase just says, okay, you're going to serve, your serve's medium speed. I'm just going to knock it out of the net, man. So he's going to try to take Cameron out with the shot. So take the ball hard back down the line, okay? So Anthony, if you'll serve, get out there, Cam. Here we go. You see this a lot in junior tennis or in mixed doubles. All right, second serve. Need a ball, Cam. All right, Anthony goes again. Okay, so you've all heard the expression, okay, let's, on the first point of the match, try to take the guy out at the net. Well, the best thing to do on the first point of the match, and for one of our rules that we have at our club, the first 3 return of serves are lobs. First 3 returns are lobs. Because think about it. The players have warmed up a little bit. Okay, how many return of serves have you actually hit in the warm-up? But the servers serve till they're actually ready to play. So all of a sudden, the server's ready to go. The receiver's job is to what? Get the ball cross court away from the net player. But when you hit it cross court on the first point of the match, you're hitting it back into the guy's forehand. So you're saying pretty much, I'm going to give you 2 chances to dictate the point. So you get it in play with your serve. I'll hit it back to your forehand, and then you get a chance to dictate again. Why wouldn't you hit the ball in the biggest space you could possibly find, which is a lob, okay, and make the player from hitting a forehand have to hit a backhand, and make the team switch sides in the middle of doing that. So the rules are in dubs, you lob the first 3 points of the match. Okay? Doesn't matter. And what if it's a short overhead? First of all, how many players are expecting a lob on the first point of the match? They're not. Why would you hit the ball down the line hard at the player to try to take him out when he might hit a drop volley, crush your partner by accident, and maybe get a lucky shot, or like Chase did, miss the ball? Find the biggest space you can possibly get, because your goal really is to get the play involved, and particularly as a receiving team, get into the point early. And what we try to do is when they spin, we make it so the serving team gets to serve first in the sun, because we're going to lob the whole time anyhow. And typically you'll have the other team always, whoever wins, say, okay, we'll take the shady side because we don't want to be in the sun for 2 games. I don't care if I be in the sun for 2 games. I'm trying to break serve the first game. So every time we switch, we're ahead. They're having to play to catch up. All right, so let's go with this one. So Anthony, if you'll serve again, Cameron says, okay, look, but this is called I formation, both back. So regular doubles over there. Anthony, you're going to serve from the center. Cameron, you're going to stand back behind him, back here on the Melbourne sign. So in this one, what you do, they talk. Now, Anthony, is your forehand better than your backhand or backhand better than your forehand? Okay, good. He doesn't really care which side. So Cameron, which one's better for you, forehand or backhand? Okay, Cam says my forehand's better. So when you serve, come on in. Come on, okay. So when you serve, what you do is when you serve, Cameron wants to go to his backhand. So what I want you to take one step to your left, go to your right. When he serves, Cam, take one step to your right and go to your left. Okay, ready, team? Here we go. This is I formation, both back. This one I did an article for Tennis Magazine on this one. All right, switch, go. Good play. The other rule we have, if anybody hits a ball in the net, that team does 5 push-ups, the whole team on this side. There are no balls in the net. If you think about it, what makes tennis pretty cool, what sport do you play where you go hit the ball and then go pick it up? Golf. Not in tennis, buddy. Nothing goes in the net. This is not a golf game. It's a tennis, nothing defensive or bad about golf, okay? But when they're going to play. So what we did, we played I formation, both back. So what they did, we give them a cue because that team immediately, when they see a new formation, they should immediately call timeout and decide, what are we going to do? Because otherwise, they're trying to figure out what's going to happen as the play starts. So when you see a new formation or something unusual, the other team calls timeout to make a game plan so that the team's playing. So when we do this, the reason we're doing this is I move better when I play. And one of the problems we get into in doubles at this level is that the serve's kind of medium speed, the receiver's shot away from the net players. What you get is, hey, I'm up here, and they can move up. For right away, you create motion, and motion creates emotion, so they like to play doubles because it's a very emotional game. So what we did simply here, we said, if Anthony had said, my forehand's my best shot. So what he do is he serves, he takes one step to his left, and why does he do that? Because it allows acceleration to his right. Cameron, so the guy can't read, he takes a step to his right, which allows him to accelerate. Like roller skating, how you push off when you roller skate. So you take a step, which also creates confusion. He thinks Anthony's going that way. Anthony's going that way instead. So one more time from the ad court, serving cross to the ad court side. Okay, you guys decide. You can keep changing your pattern, whatever you want to do. What I like is the team, they start to talk to each other in doubles instead of one up, one back, and switching across. Now, when you see this happen, never stand there. When you see this team call, you guys walk toward each other, high five. You may not even get, but there is no standing still in tennis. When this team starts to talk, you move toward each other because tennis is a very moving experience. Ready, team? Here we go. Back up a little bit, Cam. Okay, second serve. So what it did, it put the serving team in motion again so they could move quick. And they also created, which way are we going, which way are we going? It's like the jellyfish hug. Yeah, you're going to move back and forth like that when you go. All right, let's have them switch up a little bit. Let's say, let's see. Destiny, would you serve for me down there? Toss a couple of balls down to Destiny, if you will. So now, based on what you guys choose, Destiny, you and Chase get to decide what serving formation you want to use, okay? You guys get to choose. Receiving. So what we're trying to do again is create, the reason for any unusual doubles formation is only 2. One is to take away their strength, or 2 is to set up our strength. That's the only 2 reasons you play a different formation besides the motivation, the mental toughness thing of, I'm going to create a distraction, let's see if you can figure out what it is. But the 2 key reasons are those 2, changing direction so that they can't use their strength or you can use your strength. So now what they're going to do is have an unusual formation in receiving serve. Okay, ready? So guys, on this one, line up behind Anthony. Okay, wait a minute. So on this one, if they serve you wide, Anthony, Cameron's going to go left. If they serve up the middle, you're going to go left, Cameron goes right, okay? Back up a little bit. I formation, both back, receiving. What it does, it puts the team in motion again. If Anthony is pulled wide on the serve, Cameron goes left. If the serve's up the middle, Anthony goes left, Cameron goes right. but it puts the players in motion again. Ready? Here we go. Fault, second serve. Great hands, way to go. Good point. All right. Another formation. Let's serve from the ad court again, Destiny. And Cam, you're up. Okay. All right, you're going to return serve. Anthony, come on over here. Okay. You're right here. Okay. Okay, now, he's standing outside the ad court. His partner's serving there. So when the serve comes in, Cameron returns where? Cross court. But Cameron's his best shot is forehand. Okay? So when he returns and goes to his right, Anthony moves in. They can't play cross court because Anthony's coming into the court. So they can't go back the way. They have to force a shot down the line, but it puts him in motion on the play. Now, what if they serve really wide on this play like that? Not a problem. He simply loops the return, which gives him time. And what we typically do on a return like that, the ball goes out wide to his backhand. Okay, Cameron loops. Anthony cuts across under the loop to put him across. If Cameron drives the ball, Cameron goes cross. Ready? So here we go. So they're going to play I formation, both back on that one. Fault, second serve. Play. And once again, why are we using orange balls? Would you see this kind of a rally with a regular ball? Even with a green ball? You wouldn't see that. So you get point construction. They begin to figure out how to set up points and play points. And as a coaching point, the point develops slow enough and the players are fast enough, they start to see where to move and how to move. All right? Everybody come over real quickly. Come on in. What did I say? Come over quickly? Where's quickly? I haven't seen quickly. Is that his place in Australia? No. Everybody come in by the ad court service line. On the ad court alley, on the tram. Okay, so if we were done today, what would be your favorite thing to do? What would you take away today? Destiny? Okay, what was your favorite thing about the lesson so far today?
Learning new formation.
New formation? Like the formation? He liked the I formation, both serving back? Okay, the new formations. So would this be kind of like fun to play, if you can play like that? What's another weird formation you might play? How many of you guys have played Australian doubles or American doubles, if we want to call it? Okay, you played that before? All right. Let's try line up. Cameron, you're the server. You guys are playing Aussie, okay? We'll call it Aussie because Cameron and I play for America. You guys are playing American doubles on that side. No, you're playing regular doubles, okay? So they're regular doubles. We're going to serve Australian. So you're going to be on this side with Cameron. And typically when you play this formation, when they're both on the same side, there's two reasons to play it. Number one is her forehand cross court is so good, she keeps pulling Cameron outside the tram lines, which opens up the court and gives him a tough shot. Or Cameron's best shot is his backhand, but he has to serve from the deuce court. So as soon as he serves, he gets to play his strength, and he gets to run to his strength. And the ball can't go wide because she's hitting down the line. So the ball is going to come to him instead of away from him. So you're going to setting up from here, and your job's to cut off if he tries to go cross court, okay? And Cameron's going to cut off. All right, so here we go. They're playing a typical Australian or American formation. Let, second serve. First serve, sorry. Good. Did this the other day. We were down at our club. On Thursday morning, I played with some of the other club members, and we were playing, and we were down, like 4-love in the first set. And I said, okay, we're playing different formations. The first 4 times they hit the ball, they didn't get it back over the net. Now, they're skilled, and these are 5-0 players. but all of a sudden they were trying to go too big because they had to change direction. But we changed the momentum of the match just by changing direction. Good play. Now we're playing Australian formation like this, but she's smart. She says, no problem, I'll just take the net man out. So we're going to play Aussie, both back. Okay, Australian formation, both back. So Cam, if you'll serve again to the deuce court. Anthony, if you'll come back here on this side. Okay. So now, once again, the way we set it up is to set up strength. So let's say that Anthony says, my best shot's my backhand though. So what they're going to do, Cameron would serve from over here, Anthony would be over here. Okay? And then when you get a go again, you just go to that side. Or Cameron says, no, my backhand's my best shot. So Cameron serves from the center, Anthony's over here. So we're playing Aussie, both back. All right? Here we go. Play it out. Good play. Now, the reason here's another variation. So what happened was, the whole reason for doing this is to create motion, right? But we had Anthony standing on the baseline. We only stand on a line when you're an American. Americans go to the bank and stand in a line. They go to the food mart, go to a movie, stand in the line. There's no standing on a line. The lines are simply for out of bounds lines. That's all it's for. So let's play Aussie both back. Ready, Cam? Go again. But I want you back. Because when you hit, I want you to be able to move up to the ball to get it, okay? All right, try it again. Ready? Return again. Let, second serve, first serve. So that's Canadian rules. Good touch, good touch. Now, Anthony almost moved up too quick. See, the worst place to play in doubles is on the line because everything you hit's a half volley, and it's a tough shot. You want to step back so you have room to step up into the ball when you play. Okay? All right, so now they're playing Aussie or American, or they're playing up or back. They've split it up either way. What can they do on the other side to make it kind of interesting from their side? So let's have Cameron. You guys are going to serve from the ad court, and you can decide to play Australian regular or Aussie both back, okay? So you talk to your partner. You're going to go on that side, Anthony? Okay. Receiving serve, guys, okay? Let's see you play, because they're playing an unusual formation. How about if Chase, you're returning from the ad? Destin, you're over here, okay? You're outside the court. So guess where you're going to go after you return serve? You're going that way, aren't you? Okay? And where are you going to go? Up into the court this way, okay? All right, ready, guys? Here we go. Well, you're serving to the ad, right? So you're gonna put him on that side. Because in Australian, you're both on the same side. So now let's do this one. Let's do Aussie up, okay? Okay, go up on that side. Here we go. Ready? Second serve. Now move in. Good play, good play. Now once again, Cameron likes to hit. So as soon as his partner takes the ball off the net back there, he goes like, why did you take it? It could bounce back to me. Because your goal is to take away their time. Okay? And he actually won the point too, which is pretty cool. Okay? You don't want the ball to come back here because now they have time. And the whole tennis is really a time management game. My goal, the only reason for playing is how can I take away their time or buy time for me? That's all I'm trying to do. The formations, the speed, the direction, the depth, is really just time management. That's all it is. How do I take away time or buy time when I'm playing? He was up, took away their time. He tried to lob to buy time. So you can go through the drive-in market, instead of ordering a hamburger and cheese, you can go in and say, I'd like just a minute, please. I'd like to have another day. You can order how much time you want to get too. So when you play tennis, it's really how much time do I need to buy. All right, let's go another formation. Let's do, if you'll, let's see, have a seat in that chair over there, okay? And you're going to serve from the deuce court. You're going to serve to Destiny. If you go to you're going to return back there. Chase, go back to the fence. You're back there by the Kia sign. Because there are no rules. Okay, ready? Here we go. Play it out. Ready, Chase? Ready, Anthony? Go. Move up, Chase. A little slow coming out of the chair on that one. Go again. One more time. The chair actually wouldn't be that far away on it. And the courts we play on, you don't get that much space. You get a space right about here. So come on again. Move the chair up a little bit closer. Oh, don't ever drag a court. Drag a chair. We're going to pick it up. There you go. Are you ready? Go. I love it. Nice play. Good response. Very good. Good play. All of our players can serve underhanded because when your arm is hurt, when it's sunny, when it's too windy, you serve under. One of my juniors had a full stomach muscle. He's one of the top level players in his school. He won 7 out of 8 matches that year serving underhanded. He's got a topspin feed. He's got an underhand feed like that. He's got a little sidearm serve. And so when we play with our adults, with our ladies, when we serve the balls down and they have to serve back in the winter sun, which is low in the sky, they all serve underhanded. Okay? Because what I said, why would you look up into the sun when you have a bad serve anyhow? Serve, and then you can't see the ball coming back. Give them something they're not used to receiving instead of something you don't like to really hit anyhow. So there's underhanded serve. So what we would see on a serve again might be something like this. So we work a lot when we're serving back into the sun, where the players could serve like this. Chase, go to the ad court, okay? Okay. Here we go, ready? Underhanded serve like that. Ready? Go again. Another ready, Chase, go again. Okay. My favorite serve is this one. Sidearm. It's called What's New Under the Sun because you throw the ball under the sun and it's simply a super, super slice serve with a huge break on the ball. That's at my level, that's the only shot the players have a hard time with. They've all seen kick, they've all seen top, they've all seen flat. Very few have seen a ball with a huge break like that because it tosses it down low under the sun and serve. And the players, you'll be amazed at the ball speed this ball has when you hit like that. Work a lot on that. The other one we try to do, I got aced in the semifinals of the Nationals on set point. Aced me like that. I got him back in doubles though, okay? We're serving, and this one I had a tight hamstring, and we're at a set point. I knew what he was going to do. He was going to make me run. He's going to lob the return because you wanted me to have to run to the right to try to get to the ball. So we're serving, and we got a game point on him or a set point on him. We go from there, and I go, okay, underhanded like that, and aced him. Because that's the last thing he was saying what he was going to do because he had a game point against him. And so is it legal? Is it gamesmanship? There are no really rules, but is it really sporting? Well, I'd like to win, okay? Is hitting a slice or a drop shot illegal? Is it sportsmanship or gamesmanship? For a while, none of the pros ever hit underspin because or drop shot because that would be, in fact, Federer, he didn't even like the shot. Now he loves the shot. But think of outside the box. How can you make it fun for the players or change it around? Can you imagine what you could do with a team that's inferior experience-wise or skill-wise to another college team or high school team? Or you've got a team of beginner players out there. They can't play regular doubles. They're never going to serve in volley during a high school season, but they can play some pretty ugly tennis and really destroy other teams' rhythm or confidence when they play. So is it legal? Yes. Would you use it? That's up to you. It depends you out the game. But we're trying to get you to think outside the box. And that's the whole purpose of today, is raising your level by thinking outside what you normally do or outside what they would normally do. Okay, let's do another unusual formation. How about, let's do another receiving. That's a fun one to do. Let's have, Chase, would you serve from the ad court? Okay. Destiny, start back, all the way back. Okay. Who's up in the ad court over here? Cam? Go. And Anthony, where would you like to stand? What would be a cool place to stand? Okay. Why don't you start way back, okay? When he throws the ball up to serve, you start coming in, okay? Which way are you going to go? You guys have to communicate because you're teammates now. So which way do you want to go, Cam? Okay. So Destiny, all the way back to, way back there. Way back. Okay, ready? When the ball goes up, that's your key to move. Ready? Here we go. Good return. So if we were done, which we're not, we still got a few more minutes, What would you take away from today? What would be the thing that sticks out in your mind the most? And the gentleman right up front, what would you take away? Ignore the lines. They're only there for Americans. That's all it's there for. Okay? It's simply to call the ball out. There is no place you stand. So the job description for doubles pretty much is how can we muck up the other team so we can either change momentum, make them hit to our strength, or take away their strength. Okay? Think outside the box. The tennis court has 4 boxes, doesn't it? Plus 2 tram lines. Think outside the box. It's round, it's triangular, it's not a rectangle. Play outside the box. Cool. Somebody else who has an idea. What? Yes. The whole purpose of playing is not to give you a ball that you like to hit. Don't give me a formation I'm used to seeing. Okay? In baseball, when they play in the States, the pitcher, who's a good pitcher, usually doesn't have an extremely fast ball. He has an option. He has a curveball, something that the batter doesn't like to hit. And they take notes on what the batter doesn't like. And then they pitch him when he doesn't like. My whole purpose, and we have this a lot with the adults, because the juniors say, I can't play with this player because they hit everything and it ruins my daughter's game. And I said, well, I think that's kind of the whole purpose of the game, wasn't it? To give the opponent something they didn't like instead of what they do like. I'm not here to make you look good. And typically what happens when you come off after beating a team like that, the players will say, God, I just wasn't on my game today. I normally play better than this. Instead of saying, wow, you played really well, it's, I was off my game. And instead of recognizing that you made me play off my game. So you always say, yeah, I know you probably play better, but I made you play unusual tennis today. Any other ideas about what you saw? And would you use it? How many people would actually, raise a hand, how many people would actually use this in their practices, and how many would use it in a game? Man, if you got a college team or a high school team or a league team, that all of a sudden you could switch off like that again. So back in the States, I've got 2 players that are great singles players who can't play doubles. They like to come to the net when they want to, but they don't play well at the net. So they play all these unusual formations, and they've yet to lose a match. They won their club championships a couple times now, and they've undefeated in league play, but they're not good doubles players. But they can play some pretty unusual formations and set up their strengths. They're both very quick, and they dare you to drop shot them, because usually when you play both back, the first instinct is to try to drop shot. Go ahead. First of all, drop shot a serve, and I'm already in motion. It's not like I'm standing still. Okay, guys, you get to play one, we're going to play a tiebreaker, okay? The only rule, we're going to play the first one to win 7 points. The only rules are you cannot play the same formation on any point during the tiebreaker. You have to play a different formation on every point. You get to choose what it's like. You can make up some if you like. So let's go. We're going to play a 12-point tiebreaker, first one to 7. Destiny, would you be the serving player first? And let's see what they do, because it's really not about us. For how many years did they teach us that you couldn't hit a swinging volley? Don't be showing up. Don't hit a swinging volley. Well, if you can't hit a swinging volley, you pretty much suck. Okay? So players show us what's possible. And so, but I've been teaching for 40 years now. We don't do stuff like that. And I said, why not? I would like to see the pros play more. How often you see the pros playing both back nowadays? Even the Bryan brothers. You see a little bit of Aussie. What you typically see most of is modified I formation. So in an I formation, hold just a second, guys. So I formation typically is here. Now, this was pretty good when I was younger and fast because I could get to the ball. Okay, this formation they've all seen. So what they do is they play modified I, which is kind of here. This is where most of the players play in doubles nowadays, right out here. And they say, it's yours if you want it, but I'm going to take anything out of the middle. In fact, I want you to try that shot if you will. The Bryan brothers get passed all the time down the alley. They never get passed up the middle. All right, so ready, team? Here we go. Okay, second serve. Good play. Now, once again, she's a good player. The only reason she missed is she forgot to make tennis a moving experience. She stopped to hit the ball. When you stop to hit the ball, your weight goes forward of your front foot, and you become one of those things they put out in the front yard. You become one of those. And every time you see somebody stop, they go like, oh yeah, I'm a front yard lawn ornament. So instead of moving to make the play go. All right, second point. So the score is what? It's 1-love. And the teams have to communicate just to know where to go. And he always say, you doubles teams talk. Well, no, we don't. We just kind of go back and forth and back and forth. This helps them to understand how to communicate and use their creativity. Let them discover how to play. And that's the whole purpose of teaching. It's called guided discovery. And I let them figure out how to play. And then they also show me things I didn't even know. We got players when we play this a lot. Good, he bought time. He bought time. He tried to take away time. He tried to take away time. He tried to make a mistake because he hit a front yard lawn ornament shot on his front foot. Okay, how many of you are told not to hit off your back foot? Okay, every ball's hit off your back foot. Okay, if you watch the good players hit, they'll bring the back foot up in front so they can push off to go in the shot. You see, but yeah, I see some players do this though, and they do. How convenient is that shot to hit? They're athletic and they can do that shot, but it's not a shot you would teach most of the time. Good play. Now in that one, Cameron was thinking about, oh, I need to buy time because she's coming in. The best way to buy time there is to move in instead of back. Because when you move back, you simply give them more space to hit into. His best way was to move in to cut off the angles that she could possibly play. The score, please? 2-1. Okay, serving teams up. But look, they're talking. And it's doubles, and it's mixed doubles, and they're talking. Okay? And they're 10 and 12 years old, and they talk. Ooh, she's getting the shade over there. Is in the shade, ready to come out? Now, it won't be long before Destiny's going to say, you know, you're making me waste my energy. Get the ball in play. But they will discover, she will tell him, don't double fault, dude, because you're wasting my time. But they'll figure that out by themselves. Very good. Oh, good play. Cameron followed the ball in the center, but the arc of the ball allowed him to play a short angle ball. Had he hit the ball flatter and tried to take away Cameron's time, Cameron could have had the angle. But because he chose to arc it, it allowed him a shorter angle play. Remember we said yesterday about how Nadal won Indian Wells playing? Very much like that, except his partner ducked down at the center of the net, Nadal would serve, the player would stand up, and then he would cover the middle, and Nadal would cover both sides. And they won Indian Wells playing doubles like that, thinking outside the box, but taking advantage of what they did best. He didn't want the other team to be able to hit the ball back at his player's feet. So he put him so close to the net, when he stood up, he had no feet. He only had upper body. Almost. He was going to good job being aggressive. And we encourage errors. You know, without errors, you don't get better. If you win a match, you usually don't learn a whole lot from winning a match. You say, okay, what'd you do? Oh, I won. How'd you win? I don't know. I just played pretty good. You know, I like my shots. But when you lose, then you learn. So until you realize that this is a mistake center out here, it's not how good you can play. It's how many errors can you make. Because you learn. There's a book called The Talent Code that's out. Read it. It tells you how the true people learn. And it's a little thing called myelin that circles the synapses that allows the brain to connect patterns. Good play, good play. Score, please. 5-2, who's ahead? All right, good. All right. Cameron's a very emotional player. Is he winning or losing? You can tell. I'm losing. What's the score? 5-2. Okay. And we haven't convinced him yet that he needs to not show his emotion, his true emotion, on the outside. And that's one thing you work with your player. So everything is a growing response. So that's not a bad deal, but it's an opportunity for me to teach him about the other players and let him try to handle that situation. Okay, guys, here we go. What can you do? Momentum. There's a thing we did called the hourglass. Whenever you're winning, you have a lot of sand on the top of the hourglass. But coming through is only one or two thoughts at a time. The person on the bottom, ooh, almost a switch. The hole was so big, she saw the hole and missed it. So you're on the bottom, and all you have is this sand coming through, and you're trying to defend. My forehand isn't working. I'm not losing to this person. I should be winning against this person. And finally, at 5-love, like Kim Kleisters or Lee Na yesterday, or 4, usually it's at 4-1 and 5-2. The person on the bottom says, I'm losing. I'm just going to go to the net, or I'm just going to hit every ball as a lob. So they quit worrying about all the things that aren't working, and they decide on one course of action. It doesn't even have to be correct. It doesn't have to be technically correct or strategically correct. It has to be one purpose. The guy on top who's winning 4-1 or 5-2 says, let's see, I'll win this game, and I'll be up. I'll serve first in the second set. And I've never beaten this person before. And all of a sudden, the person who only had one or two thoughts coming through the hourglass at a time, all of a sudden has a lot of glass. So the hourglass goes, shoo. And the person who was on bottom fighting off all the thoughts about how bad they're not playing says, I'm just going to do this. And the player on top who had no thoughts coming through but one or two at a time starts thinking too much. So what creates momentum? And it's the hourglass, and you flipped it. If you saw it last night with Kim Kleisters at 5-love, and the hourglass flipped. And the problem is once you get on bottom, you really can't figure out how to get out. Your only chance is when the score gets tied. At 5-all, there's a chance the other player will go, I'm back to even, and you can take over. But when that hourglass starts to switch, you're sucked in, man. It's a whirlpool. It's going to pull you down. So we try to make the players aware of the hourglass when they're going through. Almost. Now, if you notice, Anthony figured out is another formation, like I formation or Aussie, facing your serving partner. We do a lot of the I formation back. We do I formation facing forward. We also do I formation where I'm facing my partner, like this. What it allows me to do is when I step back, I'm going to go this way, I step back this way, which allows me to break out and come in at a sharp angle that direction. All right, everybody, come on in, guys. Come back over by the basket, if you will. So, come on in, team. Right here by in the alley, in the ad court. Everybody hug your rackets. Come on in a little bit closer to next to me. So, when you guys practice, do you guys play much doubles? Okay, what is doubles good for? What does it help you do? Volleying, teamwork, attacking. What else? Defense. Do you guys usually lob a lot in singles? Do you have to lob a lot in doubles? In good doubles, every third ball is a lob. Because someone has position, and the other team says, well, I need to get you out of position, so I'm going to lob to buy time or create a different situation. So you might work on your game. John McEnroe, you guys knew who John McEnroe was? He still is one of the best players. Even at 50, he's one of the top players in the world. When he plays against the top pros, he plays really well for one set. Okay? So what he does, he says, I played singles and doubles because doubles helped me with my return of serve, my volleys. My return was good because I only had half a court to practice returning into. I didn't get the whole court. So he uses doubles game to sharpen his singles game. So if you want to get better with your your singles game, play a lot of doubles. Because you get a chance to work on specialty shots. Coming to the net. It's hard to come to the net in singles, isn't it? Because of your size right now. You're not quite as tall yet. Your arm spin isn't quite as long, but in doubles, you only have to cover half a court. So it's a bit easier to come in on half a court, isn't it? So what would you take away most from today? What sticks out in your mind of all the things we've done today? What sticks out in your mind the most? If you went home and said, hey, Dad, here's what I learned today, what would it be? Okay, what kind? What was your favorite formation? So you like the sitting on the chair formation the best. That's right. Got it. And what about you, Chase? What was your... When his partner's standing behind him, he liked that position like that. Anthony, how about you? He liked the together thing on the baseline side by side. Aussie both back. I formation facing your partner like that. Okay? Big hand for my players, okay? Good job. Would you guys quickly get all the balls together and bring them back in? So the challenge for you is to learn to think outside the box about everything that you do. But inspire your players to have fun on the court and play some things. And you'd be amazed what they can do. If you have a beginner player that wants to go out for the high school team, and usually it's their first year, teach them 2 shots, a drop shot and a lob. And they can destroy a better player. The drop shot, if it goes too high, becomes a ground stroke. The lob, if it gets too low, becomes a ground stroke. But in the meantime, you got a drop shot and a lob, and you can destroy teams. So when I come back to Australia next year, I expect to see some different things at the Australian Open this year. I want to see some unusual doubles formations.